Assalamualaikum, my name is Saharli Dada and I'm the founder and co-president for Eco-Friends Youth Initiative. We're a Lahore-based organization, main focus of which is water conservation and the water crisis within our local community. We strive to combat this as well as other aspects of climate change and environmental degradation such as deforestation, the lack of indigenous trees, excess plastic usage and air pollution and many more. We began this environmentally friendly journey in 2018 and have since launched several projects which tackle various aspects of climate change such as biodiversity, deforestation, and lack of clean drinking water. I think the reason that we thought it was so important to begin such an initiative was because back in 2018, climate activism wasn't a big thing. There were no people rallying for climate emergencies, and if there were very few and going unheard. And so, in order to amplify those voices, in order to bring this to the attention of the youth, we thought it was absolutely necessary to form this initiative. And there's so many other causes. For instance, deforestation to build housing schemes, redirecting streams and channels from main rivers such as the Ravi for, again, construction and developmental schemes. So there are lots of different causes and aspects to it which arise from Pakistan. So one of our first projects was distributing watering cans to gardeners so they could use them instead of using gardening hoses, which waste a lot more water. We have also conducted seminars and workshops in different water consuming industries such as salons. Our most recent projects are two research cells that we have initiated, one to study indigenous trees and form a database, and the other to study different public irrigation systems and to propose those to the relevant authorities. We're looking forward to, in the future, once this pandemic dies down, to engage with rural communities, hear their voices and concerns, and ensure that they do get a steady supply of fresh and clean drinking water. As for beyond that, we can't disclose very much, but in the future we really do hope that we can start engaging with communities. Out of all the problems that previous generations have left unresolved, this may be the most important one. And so it is absolutely imperative for the youth of Pakistan to not only preach these different ideologies and this activism, but to also assistance to rural areas for people who don't have access to clean water. Water pumps, etc., can be installed in those areas. Within Pakistan, we have several factories and industries who go unchecked regarding their waste disposal, and so an unsustainable form of waste disposal would be to dump it in water bodies nearby or in landfills, and this results in several toxic emissions being released from one air concentrated area and spreading throughout the country. Our public irrigation systems are also extremely inefficient in the sense that we employ the use of bowsers to water medians, sidewalks, parks, and other public spaces. However, a lot of water is wasted towards the sides and away from the target irrigation spot. We can act as that bridge, as that glue between those who need help and those who can help. As a matter of fact, I think everyone who is privileged enough to be watching this can help in some form or the other. Even if it's the smallest bit of change, the youth of Pakistan especially needs to step up to this challenge and needs to with absolute urgency. Another dire consequence of climate change that we have had to deal with more in recent years than ever before has been smog. And smog is a form of intense air pollution which clogs our airways and giving rise to more heart and lung diseases to those who don't have proper preventative measures from it, such as an N95 mask, the prices of which skyrocket around the time of smog.